Let's make this cute miniature octopus with whom you don't have to talk much. You can stay all day silent and carry it like a keychain or everywhere with you like your new best friend. Shall we begin?
Materials we're going to be needing is a 3 millimeter yarn, and for the eyes I am not using one of those. Once you're the more stiffer you want your octopus to be, go ahead and using a scissor. And last but not the least, so keep a darning needle always in handy. My bad. So these are all the materials that you need. Let's just begin. So in order to begin with, we're going to be making a magic circle. So we're going to take this tail of the yarn on the back part of our these two fingers, which is the index finger and the middle finger, and then we're going to wrap it around, take it from behind and wrap it on the back of my fingers again, like forming a cross. We're going to wrap it on the front, forming two collateral lines like that, and you should secure your end with your thumb like that. Then you can flip, and you can go ahead, take your hook, glide in, pull that first strand of yarn from underneath your second line, and then forming a circle like that. But you need to twist your hook, then going underneath from your right and pulling up a loop through that, yeah, like that. So we have our magic circle. Now that we have our magic circle, we're going to be making 6 single crochet inside this circle. So we begin by making one to show you. So single crochets are basically yarn over, 2 loops on the hook, and then yarn over again, pull through that 2 loops. Simple as that. And if you want, this is the tail of the magic circle. You can always adjust the magic circle to your size to efficient working. We're going to be making 5 more. So go inside the circle, pull that yarn, 2 loops on the hook, underneath that strand that we are securing with our thumb, and pull through. Sorry about that. We have 3 now, so you can always keep track of your single crochet through these V's. So that's how I track my single crochet. And as the rounds increase, you can use a slip stitch. You can use a stitch marker, my bad. Too many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And one more, the last one. Now that we have our 6 single crochet, we can pull this strand to secure and tighten our first row, which is 6 single crochet. And in order to close this round, we are going to be going inside the first single crochet that we created on the beginning of our round to close our round. So you're just going to be going inside. Darning needle, you obviously needed to sew your eyes and the ends to dig myself into that stitch. So now we're going to be taking that a loop out of that strand like this. So pull through one loop through that stitch, and we will be having, oh my god, this is very tight. We should be having 2 loops in our hook. Loops in our hook, pull that first loop through that second loop, making it a slip stitch. So we have our first round. To begin our second round, we are always going to do a chain 1. Okay, and then we are going to be making 2 single crochet inside every stitch. So basically this round is all about an increase. So go ahead in that your first stitch and make 2 single crochets. So we have done our chain 1. So it's basically a foundation of our second round. Just gonna go ahead and do that once again. So if you want, you can put a stitch marker on your that first stitch in order to keep track of where we began our second row and where we are gonna start our third row from. So we're going to go ahead and make 2 single crochets inside every stitch, which is eventually total of 12 single crochet, because we made 6 in our last round. And if you're making 2 single crochet inside every stitch, we should have 12 single crochet, if I am not wrong with my math calculation, petty math calculation. So go ahead and make your 2 single crochet inside every stitch until you have a total of 12 single crochets. And you beginners can brag it to your friends, showing this semicircle that you're forming, or small circle that you're forming. Look, I make a circle. Look, I made a circle as a beginner. Damn. Go ahead and you have to total of 10 now. You can keep a track. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10. Just go ahead and count just to make sure if it's correct. Because I see 12 already. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I see we have 12 stitches. So we can go ahead and slip stitch into that first stitch that we had made, basically slip stitching our way for a second round. Great. So we are officially done with our second round. Now we are going to start our third round. For our third round, one thing I want to tell is that if you're making this tutorial, please make sure your work is not loose, or else the octopus is not going to have that shape. And the more stiff your yarn is, the better it is. So I'm not really using a stiff yarn. I'm using more like a, the acrylic yarn would be really good, I feel like. This is more like a normal plushy, not even plushy, it's like a normal 3mm yarn. This is really good for like crop top and cardigans. So I'm gonna chain 1, and for this round we are going to be making 1 single crochet, 2 single crochet, 1 single crochet, 2 single crochet. So basically 1 single crochet in 1 stitch and then increase, 1 single crochet and then 2 single crochet. So basically an increase after every 1 single crochet. So we're going to go ahead and make our first single crochet. Counting, we should have about like 18 stitches. So 1, 2 single crochet, you can always go ahead and put your stitch marker to keep track of your work. Make sure your first stitch does not count as your stitch, because that is chain 1. Don't confuse yourself. So 1 single crochet, 2 single crochet means an increase, 1 single crochet and 2 single crochet means an increase. So go ahead and do this all the way till the end of your round. We're going to come back and do round 4. So go ahead and do your counts. Make sure if it's 18 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Perfect. So we're going to be slip stitching again on that stitch marker that we put in. This is the exact reason we put that stitch marker, because if you're a beginner, you're completely going to do a blunder on your closing and your ending. Trust me, it happens. I do it a lot. I'm not even a beginner. So for our 4th round, we're going to be chaining 1. Like I said, in the beginning of every round, remember to chain 1. It gives foundation to your round. So do not forget. So as you can see, there's started to form a dent. Like, it's not a normal circle anymore, it's like a dent. So what we are going to be doing now is we are going to be making single crochet, single crochet and an increase. So basically single crochet and 2 single crochet, single crochet, single crochet, 2 single crochet, single crochet, single crochet, 2 single crochet. So go ahead and let's do this. Yeah, so that's same stitch where we put our first chain 1, single crochet in the next, and 2 single crochet in our third stitch. That should help, I believe. So go ahead and please put your stitch marker. I know that it's very easy to keep track of, but to put your stitch marker and make sure you have total of 24 stitches on your this round. Okay, it should be total 24. So 1 single crochet and an increase, 1 single crochet and 1 single crochet and an increase. So please keep doing this until the end of this 4th round, where you have attached your stitch marker, or if you feel the confidence of not using it, you can do that as well. Totally up to you. But if you make a blunder, don't come and comment here that I did. I need to follow the steps. So 1 single crochet, 1 single crochet and an increase. Keep doing this, and I'll see you in our round 5, which is very simple. Almost on the end of our round. Please do your countings to make sure it is exactly what I said on the beginning, which is total of 24 stitches. As you can see, we have almost end, because this does not count as your stitch. Like I said, it's your chain 1 on the beginning of the rows. So it's gonna be our last increase for the round. Go ahead and count 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19 20 21 22 23 24. Perfect. This is why you use a stitch marker. Go ahead and please join your work with a slip stitch, pull over, 2 loops on the hook, pull that first loop through your second loop. Great job. If you have survived till this, great job guys, great job. So for round 5, it's very simple. Chain 1, obviously. Go ahead and make single crochet all over. So we're going to be doing this round 5 to round 8, which is total of 4 rounds. So we're going to be only doing single crochets. Please make sure it's total of 24 rounds. Slip stitch on your end of your round to have an even distribution of your rounds. Oh, the sun is shining brighter than ever today. Usually it's really rainy out here. So I'm not going to reveal where I stay, by the way, if you're hoping so. So please keep doing your single crochets till the end of the round. Slip stitch, go ahead, make single crochet, and then slip stitch, chain 1, go ahead, make single crochets throughout the rounds, 24 total stitches and slip stitch. So we're going to be doing this for a total of 4 rounds. Then I'm going to come back and show you how to do our last step, which is the arms. So basically done with the body. So keep doing your single crochets. So we are done with our 5th round. Just to show you what is it we are going to be doing. Simple as that. Slip stitch your round, chain 1. We are doing 6th round now, which is also total of 24 single crochets. Single crochet on top of every stitches. So there's no increase, there's no decrease, there's just single crochet. So go ahead and make your single crochets just like I showed you. I'm going to be doing it for 2 more rounds, which is 7 and 8. So total of 4 rounds of only single crochets, a total of 24 single crochets. So we are in our last round, which is our 8th round. So we did total 4 rounds of only single crochets, and on your 8th round you're just going to be slip stitching your round. And now we're going to begin with our arm section of the round. So you can see it has really formed like a den-like formation. So now what we are going to do is we are going to chain total 7 after your slip stitch. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7, total 7 chains. So basically this is how your this is length of your arm. And skip that first chain, go inside your second chain like that. You're going to be making single crochet, a single crochet, and we're going to be making another single crochet into that next chain. So 2 single crochets in individual chains, and then on our third chain we are going to be making a half double crochet. So if you don't know what's a half double crochet, it's basically a single crochet. All you have to do is yarn over and go inside that chain, pull through. So generally during single crochet we have 2 loops in our hook, but when it comes to half double crochet we have 3 loops. Yarn over, pull through. That's our half double crochet. So yarn over in our next, which is a 4th chain, go inside, pull through and do your half double crochet. So 2 single crochet, 2 half double crochet, followed by a double crochet into the next one, and then we'll be left with only one more chain in which we are going to do a treble crochet. So for half double crochet you basically yarn over and pull through all the 3. For a double crochet you're generally just finishing the entire stitch. So pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. That's our double crochet. For a treble crochet, which is the last chain where we're going to do it, yarn over twice, okay, using your index finger. So it's your index finger which is always moving, and staying stiff while pulling through. So going inside that last stitch, which is quite difficult to dig in, but not really difficult. Now yarn over, pull through 2. And you have 3 more loops to go. Pull through 2 and the last, pull through 2. So this is how our arms look like, which is kind of like a tentacle of the octopus. So what we're going to do, how are we going to stitch this to the body, is that we are going to join it after 3 stitches. So basically the stitch where we ended our round, which is here, followed by 2 more stitch, skipping 2 stitch, and the first one where it has all begun, the 7 chains followed by the arms, and on our third stitch from our this tentacle we're going to go inside that stitch and we are just going to slip stitch, as simple as that. It's just a simple slip stitch. There you go. So as simple as that. So we're going to make total 8 of these. So go ahead and chain 7 again. So there's no skipping after finishing. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. So skip 1 obviously, and into the next make your single crochet followed by a single crochet again. So if you know how we make a star, I think this will be pretty easy for you. Followed by 1 double crochet to the third, and then a 1 double crochet again, and lastly a double crochet, followed by a double crochet, and in our last stitch yarn over twice because we are going to be making a treble crochet. So we're going to do this total of 8 times until we reach towards here, the end of the row. Again, from your work, skip 2, and in your third you go ahead and slip stitch. Again, chain 7. Please keep on repeating the process of arm like I showed you. So basically skipping that first and just going into that second and starting your arms. Single crochet and a single crochet and a half double crochet and a half double crochet and a double crochet, sorry my bad, double crochet. So basically half double crochet is not finishing your double crochet, that's all. Lastly a treble crochet. Like I said, from your beginning skip those 2 chains and into that third chain slip stitch through that second loop like that. So you can see it looks pretty cute now. Yeah, keep following this until you have total of 8 tentacles, and then I'll come back and show you how to do the eyes or any expression that you want to do. So we are basically in our last tentacle. So total of 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8, the last one. So like I said, skip 2 and in your third join it. So looks pretty good, to be honest. And now we are closing this octopus, and now we are going to be making the face, without which it is completely incomplete. So I'm going to go ahead and finish our last. So go inside that stitch, that, and slip stitch like that. If you want, you can slip stitch here as well, joining these 2 tentacles. You can take out a big loop and stitch this end with the octopus body using your darning needle. Like I said, you'll need a scissor. You always need a scissor for your crochet works. It's getting inside the darning needle, the yarn. So never use a regular yarn, I would suggest. Always use a darning needle. This one I myself got it from Amazon. It's very handy. So yeah, now I'm just gonna go ahead and securely, I'm not gonna go all the way underneath. I'm gonna just go above my stitches somewhere on top, and I'm gonna stitch it. So I'm just not going to and fro, I'm just going all the way down. That is where I am gonna securely, or maybe if you want, you can go ahead and go here and you can tie these 2 together. That would be the best. So just like that. Yarn as well, so that you can securely tie a knot between these 2 all together. So if you want, you can tie a knot, or else if you want, you can take this all the way up, all the way up, and tie a knot together just like that. as many as you want. So I'm just doing 3, not more than that. You can go ahead and you can cut your yarn, not too close enough, but yeah, certain height, just like that. Done. Now you can go ahead and flip your work just to see the end result, which is pretty cute, really cute. So now you can go ahead and make the eyes. Just figure yourself out where is it exactly you want to make the eyes. I think this is a position I want to make the eyes at here. So I'm making the eyes, as you can see, I'm making the eyes right in the center of my tentacle, somewhere from one, let me just focus, somewhere from 1, 2, 3, 4. So in my fourth round, somewhere between the fourth and the fifth round, get on the center of this, okay, whichever side that seemed fit, somewhere in between our fourth and fifth. Figure it out, like how. Yeah, not very good at embroidery, but yeah, we're just making small little boobs, that's all. And all the way up. Shit, just got up right there. If you want, we can keep a little gap. You make it a little down as well, because octopus eyes should be a little, they're usually a little down. You can go ahead and take out, keeping like literally a 1 stitch gap, not more than that. You can literally use those cartoon eyes that you get on stuffed toy shops. I think that would be much more easier, and you don't have to go ahead and do all these extra embroidery work. And I'm doing like 3-4 total of rounds. This is basically just, you have to go from underneath, pull up, and then go again, and then go all the way again, and then pull up, and then, so basically making 3 or 4 of these until it looks pretty much bloopy. But doing everything from underneath so that it doesn't show. And keep pulling until you have like you're satisfied with how the eyes are looking, like that. And then I'm going to go ahead and make on this side and make a knot in between these two, just to ensure that later on in future my work is all secure. Oh, but do not make a knot too tight, because or else it'll ruin the bloppiness of the eyes. So go ahead and take the eyes out like that, and I'm just gonna tie a knot in between these two, not too tightly like I said, but just to secure my work. Just like that. Done. Now you can go ahead and you can cut the yarn. Done. So we have our cute little octopus here. You can use like a keychain or anything, totally up to you. It's cute and you can carry it like your friend anywhere. Better than human friends. Thank you for watching. I would really love to thank Viv Crochet for like helping me make this beautiful cute little friend, octopus friend. If you want to make this, it's pretty simple to make. It's really easy to follow. It's a step-by-step tutorial. Let's begin.